Let's connect with Nitin Raheja as well, who's joining in on the fundamentals. Hi, Nitin. Good afternoon. I want to get straight to it and get pretty stock specific then, and a view exactly as to how you're reading into the entire debacle that's taking place with respect to Go Air. The fallout of that has led to a number of stocks and companies that have exposure to the to Go Air and Go First coming under pressure. Just wanted to understand what exactly this means for the aviation space, how you believe the story is likely to play out down the line.
Well, I think it's from a corporate perspective. I think it's good for the the leaders out there. Whether it's Indigo or whether it's even the Tata Group. I think their whole entry into the space has sort of worked out well for them. So I think you should see them doing well in the form of prices being firmer because you have lesser options to choose from. From a passenger perspective, it's not the greatest. When there is a consolidation that happens and a few players start dominating the sector and start gaining pricing power, till you get the whole expanded capacity or new planes coming into the market. Of course, some of the banks who have an exposure will it's sort of a fresh headache that comes their way as such. But I think largely, I think it's not something which would have caught people by surprise because, if you have been traveling, you would have sort of noticed that the frequency of, Go Air, was pretty erratic in terms of the schedule. So they were struggling with this problem for some time now. And I think it's as a preemptive move is what they have done as such.
Nitin, I wanted your take as far as the Tyre stocks are concerned. What's your take, and should one be a buyer in any of these Tyre stocks, Nitin?
They're really seeing a virtuous circle of two things. One is volume growth has been pretty strong, especially if you take the PV segment of the market and CVs also. And that's where MRF has really benefited, like you said, and the other tire companies would also benefit. The second is the inflationary pressures that they saw as far as raw material prices were concerned last year have considerably eased, after that. And so in that sense, I think this quarter and I think the next couple of quarters, you should see all tire companies actually do very well.
Would you have the same view when it comes to the consumer durable names as well? Because for Havells, it was a bit of a miss in the quarter gone by. Lloyd's continues to be a pain point. And even the other durable names so far hasn't managed to enthuse the street. Is there any name out of the entire consumer durable pack that you would recommend, Nitin?
So, as a policy, we don't really give recommendations on the individual stocks. But, the durable sector actually... especially the ones who have exposure to the air conditioning segment, have actually had a great quarter. So whether it's the contract EMS guys in the sector or companies in this segment, they've actually done very well, considering that the early onset of summer and also that it's been an unusually hot summer right at the beginning itself. So I think from anecdotal sources, when we talk to dealers, it seems that sales of air conditioners have done well. So within that pack, I think you could probably find some place.
Nitin, what would be your take? Is this a knee-jerk reaction on the stock, or one should use this opportunity to buy names like Manappuram Finance?
I'm afraid we don't really have an opinion on this because we don't have enough information to really comment on.